Greetings, everyone. It's a beautiful, if but a bit windy day here in the Mojave Desert. And I'm doing a mobile installation today, and we're putting HF in an Explorer, Ford Explorer. So now I was going to use the antenna that I've used in the past, which is this antenna. So this is a Hustler 40-meter resonator, and it's Stinger. And there's nothing wrong with these antennas. I love these antennas. They work fabulous. But the problem with this antenna is I don't consider it a permanent installation. When this is sitting on top of a 5-foot mast, or a 60-inch mast, I think it is, and a spring, at highway speed, this thing is standing horizontal. It's just too heavy. So I've been thinking about maybe coming up with a different option, and one option that I've been wanting to try is to go back to this, which is a 102-inch stainless CB whip. So 102 inches long, and the spring is 6 inches long, gives you 108 inches total. I don't even think I've trimmed this one. It works fine on 10 meters. So this is a good option for 10 meters, but what if you want 15 meters and 20 meters and 40 meters? What do you do? Well, in the past, this is what I've done. But we're going to try something new. This is a Goozeezoo ATU-100 tuner. So this is an external antenna tuner. This one I ordered without the battery on purpose. And what we're going to do is we're going to see if we can tune up this 102-inch CB whip on 15 meters, 20 meters, and hopefully 40 meters. I think it'll do it, but we're going to have to just put it together and see if it actually will. So the thing about using an external antenna tuner like this is that you don't want to run it through a whole bunch of coax from your antenna to the antenna port on the tuner. Because if you're dealing with an extremely high mismatch at the antenna, let's say that at the antenna feed point, the impedance is 500 ohms. So that's a 10-to-1 mismatch. And if you try and run that through any length of coax, the coax is going to absorb a lot of that power because of the extreme mismatch. It's one of the caveats of using coax is it's not really good for mismatched loads. Twin lead is much better for that. So if you're going to run coax, what you want to do is make the coax run between the antenna and the antenna port on your tuner as short as possible. And on this particular Explorer, I managed to get it down to this. So this is about 10 inches of coax. This is a ball mount. This is going to go on the side of the vehicle. This goes through the side of the plastic panel on the inside. There's a little cubby there. And what we're going to do is we're going to mount this Goozeezoo tuner in there, hook that to our antenna port, and then run a jumper from here on up to the HF radio and see how many bands we can tune with it. So that's our goal, is to try and make this tuner automatically tune all those bands. And there is a way, if you look here on the back, this little button here that says auto, what that is for is once you turn power on this and you hold that button in, it'll go into automatic mode. And in automatic mode, even if you remove the power, when you power it back on, it will remember, stay in automatic mode and automatically tune when you transmit. So it can be remote mounted in the vehicle. I don't even have to touch it. I just have to run key power to it, and away we go. So let me get this ball mount installed and put some trim panels back on the vehicle, and we'll hook everything up and see if it actually works. Okay, we are running out of daylight. Let's see if we can get this done. So here are my two coax leads. This one goes to the ball mount, mounted to the outside of the vehicle, right here. My 102 whip and spring are threaded onto that. And then here's my tuner. So let me go ahead and hook up the tuner real quick. Let's see if this is actually going to work or if I'm just wasting my time. Well, I'm never wasting my time. I'm always learning something. Okay, we'll attach the power cord. And let's see, antenna end is going to be this one. And this coax jumper will go to the radio. And we'll plug it into power. So this may be temporary, I'm not sure, but being that this is a modern vehicle, it will typically remove power from all the power points after 30 minutes or so. So I might leave it this way, I'm not sure. Okay, where is the auto button? The auto button's on top. So see that little, it's going to be hard to see with the screen refresh rate the way that it is, but there's a little dot that comes on when you go into auto mode in the upper right hand corner, like so. Okay, so first round of testing. The tuner is way in the back. I have no idea what the tuner is doing. I can't see the screen, so I've got another camera back there, and I'll split screen this in post. But basically all we're going to do here is we're going to put it in CW mode. No, let's put it in AM. I'm going to put it in AM mode. And then I'm going to key up and we're going to see the tuner bring the SWR in line. Hopefully. Here we go. So I'm going to key up on AM and get the tuner a chance to do its thing, and we'll see what happens. That's pretty good. That's about 1.3 to 1 AI7VV test. So it took it a couple of seconds and it brought it right down. So that was pretty good. And now let's try 20 meters. And once again, we'll put it in AM. And make sure that there's I don't think I'm going to be covering anybody up. Here we go. Got it flat out. AI7VV test. So just a couple of seconds, and I went from very high SWR down to flat out. So 20 is going to work just fine. I got the engine running, so there is some noise. And here's 15 meters. We're already set on AM on 15 meters. Here we go. Looks like 1.7, 1.8 to 1. AI7VV test. So 15 meters isn't great, but it is usable. Turn power down to the radio. And now, of course, 10 meters is going to be fine, but let's go ahead and check it anyway and make sure. And here we go. Right down to 1.1. AI7VV test. So, all in all, pretty happy with that. Let's see if I can make a contact on, let's say, 40 meters. Alpha India 7, Victor Victor.
The Alpha India 7 was a Victor Victor?
Roger.
Alpha India 7 Victor Victor. That's your 55 double nickel US 11177 Utah.
Roger, you're 5-5 into Southeast Nevada, mobile.
Copy Nevada, moving, thanks for the contact. 367, Hotel Foxtrot Victor 4, go ahead.
Well, I just made a contact on 40 meters. So I think that's a success. So what's nice about this is there's no coils in the antenna. We have the tuner set on automatic mode. It automatically tunes to whatever band we happen to be on. And when I get some more time, I'll see if it'll get 12 meters and 17 meters. And it's kind of a shame it won't get to 80, but it is what it is. So 40 works great. 20 works great. 15 is so-so. 10 meters works great. I'm happy. So I get 3 major bands, and all for the price of a Goozeezoo tuner, which right now I think I paid about $89 for that tuner. I'll put affiliate links in the comments for the video so you can see where to get that on Amazon. But this would be a pretty cheap HF antenna to build, because 90 bucks for the tuner. I'll price out 102 whips. I think they're going for about 60 bucks now, if I remember correctly. And you would need a ball mount, and you would need a spring. And the 102 whip with the spring and the ball mount is almost indestructible. You could smack tree limbs with it, and it's not going to harm it at all. That's one of the things that I like about those antennas, is pretty much indestructible. So pretty cool. I think I'm happy with that, and seems like it's a better option than using the Hustler resonator, which on all my other vehicles ended up being horizontal at highway speed. So there you go. Hey, thanks for following along, and thanks for watching. We'll catch you on the next one.